TheFirm is a collective of Irish professional poker players who stake and coach one another.
The idea of staking online is that it allows players a chance to move up and play higher level buy-ins than they could on their own bankroll.
There is coaching involved. It's a pretty big aspect for the staking, because there's not much. We probably wouldn't take on anybody who wasn't open to be coached in different types of ways, because there's so many different formats and different plays with different stack sizes, and a whole lot of work has to be done. Even ourselves, we have to keep sharp as possible all the time.
Yeah, there are several other advantages to staking. One of the main advantages would be the coaching aspect of being part of the firm. We have four very good coaches. Darragh Kearney, who's known as Doke Online, who is kind of our father of the firm, and we have David Lappin, who has been a very experienced, sit and go player over the past 5 years. Been one of the biggest Irish winners online over the past 5 years. David would be kind of the creepy uncle of the firm, and is very adept at knowing his shoving and calling ranges in various situations. And we have Dara Davey, who has moved up through the ranks of being a live cash player to being a massive winner online in MTTs. And we have Jason Tompkins as well, who has been very successful over the past few years playing high stakes MTTs, both live and online.
When I started in poker a few years ago, the way players developed their career was they started very low. They beat the lower stakes, and then they gradually moved up as they built a bankroll. Now, that's kind of changed in recent years in that players actually develop to a very high level quickly and want to play at the higher level before they've actually ground up the bankroll. So by being staked by somebody who already has a bankroll to handle the sort of swings that they need to handle when they're playing higher, they get the chance to play at the higher level quicker.
The firm has been successful on a number of levels. One, financially, we've made a decent amount of money from the guys who've done well in online and live MTTs. It's also been a success from their points of view, as they've been able to play in higher buy-in tournaments than they would have wanted to, have online bankrolls they wouldn't have had otherwise, and started what will probably be very successful careers for themselves.
A good player would apply for staking because he is a winning player, I'd say, but not highly profitably. So he's obviously still got plenty of leaks in his game, or much more creative plays to learn off the likes of Doke or myself or Lappin, for instance.
I had several reasons for wanting to be staked by the firm. One of the main reasons is financial security, in that playing MTTs online is very high variance, and the buy-ins over a long period of time are quite high. So being staked allows me to play with almost play with other people's money, but it has the advantages of me not feeling under pressure when losing my own money, where it allows me to play a more open style, I feel, and helps me play a better game, I feel, when I don't feel under pressure when I'm on a downswing and losing my own money.
In collaboration with Irish Eyes, the firm have put an offer out there for any up-and-coming young poker players to submit hand histories and be judged on whether they have what it takes to play on our dime instead of their own.
The minimum standard for staking would be, I'd say, at least a break-even player. Like, you can't really have a guy applying for stakes if he's not even close to being a winning player, because he's just too many leaks and there's just too much time you'd have to dedicate to the one player. Because we obviously run a staking business which consists of 5, 6, 7, maybe up to 20 players someday. You can't actually, between the four of us, just dedicate all that time to one player.
Come and see the firm's webpage on irisheyespoker.com.